What's up, guys? Welcome to an edition of Sports Talk SA. This is Matt. I'm Damon. Today we're chatting about Champions League football. We've just had the first leg encounters, 4 matches played. We look forward to the next 4 matches coming up next, and the second leg's being played next week. And some interesting games in the first leg. Couple of matches we didn't expect to see the results, but we love football. Matt, let's chat about the first game. Real Madrid, hat-trick by Benzema, beating Chelsea at Stamford Bridge. Interesting results. Yeah.
It was, for me, going into the game where you would think Chelsea at home would actually put up more of a fight, but obviously Chelsea just lost against Brentford as well. They haven't not looked good. To me, they haven't looked nearly what they should be looking. Some would say it's a bit of an upset, but I think I saw it coming actually. With this game, Chelsea had much more chances, much more possession, much more corners, everything in the game. But Benzema makes a huge difference. Real Madrid with Benzema and Real Madrid without Benzema, there's a huge difference. I think he's one of the Champions League's top goal scorers, and he just proves that he's a top player.
Can Chelsea travel up to Real Madrid and overturn this 3-1 deficit?
I think Real Madrid's going to go with a game plan of sit back, defend. Almost like Atletico Madrid did against Man City, which we'll talk about later probably. Sit back, and then try and get them on the counter. But they're 2 goals ahead. Chelsea has to go all out now.
Have to, yes.
To be dead honest, I just don't see them overturning this at the Bernabeu. I just don't see it happening.
Yeah. Bayern Munich, Villarreal, the Yellow Submarine. I definitely thought that Bayern Munich would take this game. In fact, I was looking at a 2-3 goal win by Bayern Munich. To lose. Okay, yes, they did travel. The Yellow Submarine can be a little bit unpredictable sometimes. I think Man United had the pleasure of losing to them in the past in tight situations like this. Is this Bayern Munich? 60% possession and they couldn't score a goal?
Yeah, well, about 21 attempts. They were all over them. They had the main players, they had Lewandowski, Miller, all the players in the team, which they had their proper team as well. So, but it seems like Bayern Munich has been leaking goals of late. I watched in the league, I think you mentioned the other day, they leaked a goal against one of like the lower tier teams, well not lower tier but lower standing teams on the log. It just seems like they're not the same at the moment. They're definitely not the same Bayern which beat Barcelona 5-0 a couple of weeks ago. However, I do see Bayern Munich at home overturning this quite easily. I see a 3-0 game coming up.
3-0, yeah. I mean, like you said, I think put Bayern Munich at home, different game plan. I think they're going to be relaxed. Definitely, you said 3-0. I'm looking at like a 2-0.
Yeah.
I think Bayern Munich, if you look in the week now, they just had a nice win in the Bundesliga to get some momentum back. Yeah. You know, once you start winning a couple more games, a big game like this.
Bayern's too big to.
They're too big.
Too big. Yes, very all good. Yes, they are Europa League champions, and yes, that they did well for the goal and so on. I just think Bayern just had an off day. I don't think that they are going to stretch too much going into the next leg next week.
Yeah. Another game that we're going to talk about now, City at Atletico Madrid. What an interesting game. That's definitely a game plan which I don't think I've ever seen before. 5-5-0 formation. What happened there?
It's the first time I've ever seen a game where a team hasn't got one goal attempt in the whole game. Atletico Madrid didn't get one shot off target, one block shot, one long range shot, nothing. They literally sat back the whole game, hoping that the game would end in a tie, and then going back home to Spain and nicking a goal there and winning there at home.
That's the only thing I can think of is sit back, try and keep it the damage as less as possible, and just hope for a 1-0 something in the next game.
Man City's defenders, they were actually midfielders. There was no need for a goalkeeper whatsoever in this game. It blew my brain. 9 corners to 0, 15 goal attempts to 0, 68% or so in possession. It was just
ridiculous.
It's a weird game plan because Simeone he's a good manager and he's a clever manager, but to sit back this much against City and giving them what they wanted, I don't see them overturning City at home. Maybe, but when Atletico Madrid played against Liverpool, it was a totally different game. Even at Anfield, they attacked Liverpool.
Yes.
They scored goals. But this team, it just didn't make sense to me.
Yes. And talking about Liverpool beating Benfica 3-1 away from home, showing what a caliber team Liverpool is. What do you think?
I think Liverpool's probably in the best driving seat out of all the teams going into the second leg now. To win away from home is great. To win in Portugal is even better. And to win by 2 goals is...
64% possession in the game.
They dominated. They were... For me, yes, Benfica scored and this was 2-1 at the stage. I just didn't even... And okay, of course, there was a few good saves. There was a few... Alisson's world class and thank goodness for him, for Liverpool. But I always thought that Liverpool, with the amount of possession, amount of goal attempts, was double the goal attempts. I think it was 18-9 goal attempts. I don't see Benfica coming to Anfield and upsetting Liverpool 2-0 per se, 3-0 per se. I think Liverpool will actually win both legs.
Yeah.
Probably the same as City as well. But I think that the English teams, besides Chelsea now at the moment, I doubt Chelsea will come back against Madrid. But the 2 English giants who are fighting for the league are going to be fighting for the Champions League as well.
That's actually an interesting point.
With Bayern obviously coming up there, I think Bayern will obviously come through as well. But that's my point.
So you reckon Liverpool to push through, City to push through, Bayern to push through, and the 4th team, Real Madrid, sorry, Real Madrid to push through above Chelsea. So that's the 4 we're looking at there.
Definitely, I think we spot on there. The only one which is currently down out of those 4 is Bayern, but I doubt that they will stay down. I really doubt it.
Yeah. It's going to be interesting, Leon. Who's going to make the final? Is it going to end up being a City-Liverpool final, fight for the league, Liverpool going for the quadruple? This is going to be an interesting finish.
It just depends on how the draw works after this. Obviously, it's going to be into the semis and stuff, but if Liverpool, I don't think they're playing City in the semis if they do make it through to the semis. But if it is Liverpool playing against someone else and Man City playing against someone else in the semis, I see a Liverpool City final. And I think it's going to be a big one as well.
I think it's been fantastic to watch, brilliant. Guys, comment below. Who do you think is going to make the final? What do you think about the second leg fixtures? Who's going to take it? Who are you looking forward to seeing? That's all for now for Sports Talk SA. Until next time, cheers for now. Cheers.